Hello Camilla and YouTube. Okay, right now I am at a vacation house with my family, so that's the noise you'll be hearing in the background, and also that's why I'm speaking very quietly. The topic for this video and Camilla's next video is embarrassing moments. I thought this topic up because I thought that it would probably be funny to hear your stories about embarrassing things you've done, and also maybe kind of talk about something I've experienced on my own. But then I started to think about embarrassing things. I just couldn't remember any of the embarrassing things I've experienced. And that's kind of weird because I know for a fact that I've experienced a lot of embarrassing things in my life, and I'm generally a person who gets embarrassed quite easily. So I thought that was pretty weird that I couldn't think of anything on top of my head. But then I came to realize that maybe that was a good thing, because then it must mean that maybe things seems very embarrassing in the moment, but in reality they don't matter at all. So you shouldn't get embarrassed as easily. But that conclusion changed quite quickly, because as I thought more about this subject, I actually did think up some stories of embarrassment. And the first one I'm going to tell is when I was working at a restaurant as a waitress. I came down to a table and I had given them their food, and then there were sitting two men at one side of the table, and then one of the men said to me, or asked me with a very straight face, if I could cut the meat for the other guy, like slice the meat in small bites. And I was, the man was a grown man, so I was pretty sure that he was joking, so I just kind of laughed and said something I don't remember, but I laughed because I thought it was a joke. And then the man who had asked the question said, well, it's because my friend can't really use his arms, so that's why I asked you, but I guess I can do it myself also. Awkward. I had laughed about the thought of slicing up meat for a guy who couldn't do it himself because of a handicap. That was pretty embarrassing. Another embarrassing moment, and actually I've experienced this more than once and probably more than the 2 times I can remember, is when the incidents I'm going to mention lies back in time. So it was when I was still in elementary school, and then me and some friends would, the classes would be divided into cliques and stuff, and then you would kind of gossip about other people. And then I remember being in the ladies' room, and there was like, a common room, and then these bathroom stalls, and then we were really trash talking this girl, and then suddenly we heard one of the toilets flush from one of the bathroom stalls, and then the girl we had gossiped about came out. So that was pretty embarrassing. And the same incident I've experienced with a close friend of mine. I was quite angry at her, and she had just left, so I started complaining about her to my sister, and then she came back and she had heard it all, and that was also very embarrassing. But yeah, as I said to start off the video, the more I thought about it, the more embarrassing moments I came to think of. And maybe the thing is that when you experience these embarrassing things, your mind kind of, tries to repress it, so you try to forget it, and that's why you can't think of the embarrassing moments just on top of your head. At least I think that's kind of the case with me, because if I thought about it more, I'm sure I could tell you a lot more stories. But I guess that was all I had to say now, and now I better go be social. Ooh, now I just came to think of one time I hugged my sister-in-law when she tried to just give me a handshake. That was kind of embarrassing too. Anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing your video, Camilla. Bye.